Thursday, 19th of August 2015, live from ITV Studios in London.
Hello there, now it's 8:10. You may remember the story of Lindsay Swift, who we spoke to after she wrote an open letter to a man who heckled her over her weight while she was out jogging.
Yeah, since then she's received brilliantly overwhelming support, prompting many more women to come out and speak against that sort of treatment. So let's remind ourselves of just what Lindsay had to say last week.
To be honest, I was just quite annoyed because obviously I'm trying to get a little bit fitter. I was out for a run and it's not the kind of thing that's constructive or that you need when you're out. It's quite a vulnerable situation to be in when you're obviously not looking your best. It won't put me off at all. I've been jogging since and I'll go jogging again, so it's not put me off at all.
Well, that is good news, but not very nice for Lindsay to go through that. And we're joined now by Lauren and Angelica, who've both been inspired to speak out about their own experiences after seeing Lindsay's story. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So what sort of things have you experienced, first of all?
Oh, well, the main one was basically, it was 5 years ago. I went through, I lost a lot of weight, I lost 6 stone.
Good for you.
And I was going to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week, and I'd jog back home along the seafront, and I was running down the road and this car started slowing down beside me. So I was still running and I thought, oh, you know, maybe they need directions. It was a car of young lads. So I slowed down, took my headphones out, and they just shouted, "Run, fatty, run." And now I laugh now. But back then I was absolutely mortified. And they threw an open can of drink at me and just sped off. And yeah, it's just vile.
I mean, yeah, you say at the time it was a shocking experience.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel then? How did it affect you?
Well, basically, I thought, you know, I've gone all this effort, I've lost weight, you know, I'm working out, and I'm still getting called, like, obviously I, you know, was and am fat, but I'm getting called it, like, they don't know what I've done, they don't know my story, and they're still passing judgment, and that really, like, I was just furious.
And what about how it affected, running after that? Did you have the confidence to think, you know, I'm going to go out and forget what they've said?
Well, afterwards, no, I'll be honest, and, you know, it just put me off exercising outside, because I just thought people are going to judge me. I was very self-conscious. And it only really, I was living in Portsmouth at the time, it's only when I moved to London that I started feeling a bit more confident to, you know, go back to the gym and start exercising again. I'm doing like lots of yoga classes. Yeah, it's only really been the past couple of years.
Why do you think they did that? I mean, they sound like a bunch of not very nice lads, for starters, who'd probably pick on people for all sorts of reasons. But why do you think they picked on you in that way?
Some people say it's just lads having fun, you know, just acting up in front of their friends, being, you know, big mouth. I don't know. I personally don't know.
I bet they don't know the consequences or how it feels, which is awful as well, isn't it?
And now, Angelica, you've had to deal with this for many years. You've had all sorts of comments, haven't you?
Yeah, mine started from being in school. I remember the teacher asking us when we was in school what we wanted to be when we left. And mine was always to be a model. And the full class actually started laughing at me, and then somebody shouted out, "You're too fat to be a model." Which it really did hurt me. It was a thingy subject, especially as a kid. It was like, do you know what, I wanted to say something, but I never. I just left it. And then I did think about it, and I ended up becoming a model.
So you proved them wrong.
Yes,
you proved them wrong.
Yeah.
So even though there's obviously always been that kind of nasty side, and I guess some people might argue, well, kids pick on everything, you know, curly hair, straight hair, whatever colour your hair is, you know, whatever shape and size you are, you could potentially be used by bullies to pick on you, which is what it is.
Yeah.
But even despite that, do you think it's become worse?
It has. I mean, a couple of months ago, I work out quite a lot. I've had cancer for over 20 years, so my confidence was low. I left my modelling contract and everything else through to ill health, and my confidence went to the bottoms. I piled on the weight. I went to size 24. So piling on this weight, confidence hitting rock bottom. 2014, I thought it's time to get me back. Started going to the gym and things like that, and then this year I literally done a double spin class because I'm known to do about 5 spins a day. And I'd done a double spin. I'd gone into the changing rooms, and a lady said, "Wow, for a fat girl, you can't half move on that bike." And I was just stood there like, oh my God. And I did take to my Facebook, to be honest, because they were just prejudging me, and they don't know my story or anything. And I've been on medication for over 20 years.
And it's staggering,
So
isn't it? People feel able to make that kind of comment. But listen, thank you both so much for coming on to talk about, you know, all the things that you've been through. Thanks very much.
And brilliant that you've come through and you're still doing exercising and feeling fit and great. Well done.